走走，没事没事，上。Woo! Passenger.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Forward Drive's Life. Today I'm going to talk about why airing down. So I've talked to a lot of my friends when we go off-road and what tire pressure do you go off or do you air down to or do you off-road with, and I've gotten a lot of different answers. I've heard people off-roading with 10 psi if they had beat lock wheels or even less. I've personally off-road with 15 to 20 psi, and I have friends who doesn't air down at all. I also have friends who off-road with 30 psi, etc. So I'm trying to bring that up, and so that we can have a discussion of why I think airing down is important when going off-road. So there are a couple points that I want to emphasize for airing down. A couple benefits or several benefits. So number one, the benefit for airing down is it will give you a much better ride, softer ride. I do believe that tire is part of your suspension. So whenever you go off-road, if you don't air down, you will put a lot of stress work on your suspension so that it gets overheat a lot more often or quicker than you might have thought or hoped. By airing down, you're giving a chance for the tire to soften the ride, filter out kind of those little bumps before it gets to your suspension system, shocks and springs for that matter. So it will make your suspension work much longer. Longevity is better. That will be my first point. And then the second point is it helps for a non-locked vehicle, specifically if you don't have a locker for your truck or SUV or 4x4. If you're just open front and rear diff, I'm not sure if you have experienced this before. For my personal experience, my 4Runner, when I don't air down, I rely specifically only on A-track because I don't have a locker. And when I don't air down, I can feel the jitters of the truck whenever A-track kicks in, basically. Whenever one or two wheels are in the air, no tractions, and then the other two wheels are trying to grab and go forward or upward. If there's too much air in it, or if it's not aired down, the threshold for your friction or traction is gonna be much lower than when it's aired down. So when that happens, the wheel tends to jump, hopping more often or more early than a air down ride or air down tire. And I've personally tested out when I air down, all I see was the tires were trying to grab and rotate in a hopless manner. And then when you don't air down, it would just do like hop, 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 hop like this. So the air down really takes that hop out of the equation. And that's very beneficial if you have an independent front suspension, or if you would just want a controlled off-road experience. And personally, I've seen people breaking CVs left and right because hopped landed when they had their feet on the gas pedal, and if it turned a little bit too at the same time, there goes their CV. Yes, so airing down in that sense kind of helps you preserve your vehicle a lot more than not airing down. So that's my second point. And my third point is, comes to physics. This is pretty straightforward. Pressure equals force divided by the surface area or contact area. And by airing down, you're increasing a lot of your contact surface, which reduces the pressure your tire is experiencing from the road or from the rocks, sharp rocks, whatever it is when you go off-road, or branches, stuff like that. So when that pressure is reduced by airing down, there's much less probability even for your tire to get a puncture. And yeah, if you go off-road, having less chance of puncturing your tire is pretty beneficial, right? Pretty straightforward. Also, airing down, whenever you're over obstacle, it kind of makes your tire hug or wrap around the obstacle so that you have maximum traction, for sure. So that's my third point of benefit from airing down. Although I'm not going to ignore the disadvantages of airing down. The number one disadvantage, in my opinion, is the reduce of the tire height, which lead to the reduction of your ground clearance. However, in my experience, or at least for me, from my perspective, the benefit of airing down outweighs this risk significantly by providing a much controlled experience, much smoothed out ride, and much less chance for your tire to get punctured, for your suspension to work longer, for your CV axles or suspension components to work longer, and compared to just a little less ride height. I think it's definitely outweighing that. And then the second disadvantage is a lot of people might not have the right tools to air down or air back up when they need it, so that it may take them an hour, or very inconvenient for them to have to air down first and then have to air back up when they hit the road. I definitely understand the struggle of that. I will have another episode or another video specifically talking about how to air down or air up. What tools do I use to air up and air down? In my opinion, I had it done pretty efficiently. I have a 35-inch tire, and airing up, it didn't take too long. It was like 15 to 20 minutes for all 4 tires, from 20 psi to 37 psi, so it's not that bad. And yes, so that wraps up my points of today. Airing down definitely have a lot of benefits, and the only 2 disadvantages, in my opinion, is outweighed by those benefits. And please let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you like the contents, please consider subscribe and hit the like button. Thank you so much, and see you next time.